my name is Manuel, and I am 17 years old, and I attend Pinot Valley High School. I have been with New Voices for 2 years now, and I chose to do my project on Resilience Hubs because of my externship. So in the beginning of the academy, we get to choose a local organization to work with on active environmental and social justice policies, campaigns, or other programs, which is the externship we choose. And so one of the options was food systems and resilience with Jill. And not only got to learn about resilience hubs, but got to make some pies. So Tuesdays we would talk about the importance of resilience hubs and what they should include. And Thursdays were our designated days for pies. Yeah, so what is resiliency and why is it important in environmental justice? So resiliency is defined as as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and toughnesses. So it's the ability to bounce back from a setback or challenge. It's important to environmental justice because it's important to build resilience in the communities to reduce and fight the inequalities and injustices that are in the front line of these marginalized communities. Um, so yeah, what are resilience hubs? It's a community serving center that helps and provides support for the people of the community when they are in time of need. They can provide access to resources and support for emergency management and make for an inclusive, healthy, comfortable, and socially connected community. So it's a place for shelter, food, water, energy, medical support, translator, and directions. Um, so yeah, so what can resilience hubs offer? So food. So the resilience hub will have a garden available to all. So I think the idea of the garden is that it probably wouldn't be able to provide enough food in case of an emergency to like over 500 people. But I think that it's important, for the garden to at least provide some, vegetables and fruits that everybody could share. Um, yeah, so in the externship, we talked about how this garden could also provide produce boxes, like we have been getting. And for energy, we figured that it should be a renewable source of energy, because it shouldn't be contributing to the pollution that's already being released by like other corporations. So we figured that it could include solar panels and windmills. As for services, we figured that multilingual services should be provided to break any language barriers, and medical support in case of any emergencies, and a coordinator who I named Guider, which is someone who can give directions or answer any questions regarding the hub. And we figured that it should contain extra rooms, for in case anybody needs to stay overnight, bathrooms and showers, and supplies such as toothbrushes, toilet paper, blankets, and air filters. And masks in case of wildfires, or in the case we are now, the pandemic. As we know that the pandemic has been an ongoing issue, and in California we've all seen, I think, the severity of how wildfires can get. So yeah, and then so why should they be implemented? To help those who are financially struggling. Because people of color and low-income communities are on the upfront of the increased risk of climate change and inequality. They are intended for these underserved communities and the community members, and is there to provide equal access and services and opportunities the Resilience Hub has to offer, and to help people in case of a natural disaster. So the Resilience Hub also serves as a safe place in case of a natural disaster, such as earthquakes, floods, or even heat waves that we may experience, or violent storms. Um, and so what's the ideal location in my community, and why? So I chose two places that I think would be convenient for a resilience hub. So this is my first choice. I chose Point Pinole. because there's a lot of open space that isn't occupied. So I think that the resilience hub, could be much larger here. So I drew, where the windmills could be at, some solar panels, and the garden. And then the second spot I chose was Fernandez Park. So I think that, because I think that everyone in Pinole is very familiar with this park. And I saw that there's already an existing building, so I thought, you know, maybe we could use it as also as a community hub. And there's a park that and there's surrounding land that could be used for the garden. And there's already existing bathrooms. And I thought that there was enough space for windmills. And we could add shops. So yeah, thank you.